Good evening. My name is Don Tummons. I am the director, producer of this Green Curtains production of Play On. I welcome you to tonight. This crew that I have been working really hard for 3 months. Unfortunately, a month ago, we lost one of our actors due to unforeseen circumstances, and I did have someone step in. But he's learned a lot of the lines, but he's still carrying a script with him. So just relax and enjoy the fact that he is here because he didn't want me to do the damn part. Because I know every line in the show, including all the lady parts.
He does.
So enjoy, you're gonna laugh, and we're gonna have a good time tonight. Thank you.
Okay, hold it. That's fine. Gerry, how's that?
Well, it looks good, but Aggie, where's the upstage quarter wall? Aggie, I thought I told you.
It was too wobbly. They're putting on a couple more braces.
Oh, I hope they don't make that thing too bulky. You know, our players have to pass backstage behind that thing.
That's what I told them. All we need is somebody breaking a leg.
And where are our players?
Going over their lines. You want them?
Of course I want them, but 3 days. 3 days until dress rehearsal. We gotta get this show moving.
Hey, on stage, everybody.
Coming.
Okay, come on.
Louise, don't you have some work you could be doing?
Aggie said everybody.
I didn't mean you.
I'm somebody.
Everybody in the play, Louise.
She should have said so.
Okay. Now, is everybody here?
Not counting Louise.
We know that, we know.
Can we get on with the rehearsal?
Does she have to do that now?
Louise,
What?
do you have to do that now?
Do you want the quarter wall or don't you?
Can't you find something else to work on?
I guess.
Okay, people. Top of Act 3. Everybody in their places. We've wasted enough time already.
Well, I've been ready for half an hour.
Who hasn't?
I know. I'm sorry I was late. You know, we only have one car, and Frank had to work late, so.
Well, Gerry, you should have called me. I go right by your place.
Saul picks me up for every rehearsal.
Does Margie know that?
Come on, Billy. We can't have Smitty coming here by golf cart after dark.
People, could we have these charming conversations later? Right now, we have a show to rehearse.
That's what I've been saying all along. Haven't I, Henry?
Yes, dear.
I know, Polly, we're all just as anxious as you are. We've got a new author with her first play, and we all want to do it justice.
Justice tempered with mercy.
I happen to think it's a lovely play.
Well, sure, you've got the fattest part.
How dare you?
Darling, he means you have the most lines.
I know very well what he meant.
Well, might I remind you people that the author herself will be here for dress rehearsal, and we haven't even learned the third act. And what about those scripts? We were supposed to be off book 2 weeks ago.
I know my lines.
And I know mine.
Well, what about the rest of you?
Well, okay.
Should I come in?
No, wait till I give the signal. Okay, everybody, places, top of Act 3, curtain.
Oh, Lord Dudley, you give the most charming...
Louise!
What?
Leave the damn curtain alone.
But you said...
Nope, that was for the players, not you. We are starting the act, not ending it.
I was just doing my job.
Okay, just leave it alone, okay? Everybody, we will take it from the top again.
Now?
Yes, now.
Oh, Lord Dudley, you give the most charming parties in the whole of England.
You are too kind, Diana. A pity Sir Percival could not be here.
Do you know, I'm worried about Percival. He's never accepted an invitation to one of our parties and then not shown up, at least not without sending word.
Oh, is that me?
Billy, I thought you knew your lines.
I do, but I forget where to say them.
He's doing this on purpose. I know he is.
Quiet, sit down, Polly. Billy, pay attention to your cues. Take it back a line, start again.
Whose line is it?
It's Polly's.
Aggie, what are you still doing on stage?
If I stay in the wings, I can't hear them.
If you heard them, why didn't you throw Billy his line?
Because you told me not to throw them any lines unless they asked for them. I thought he was just pausing before speaking.
Okay, just get the hell off stage. We will take it from the top again.
Do we have to?
Yes!
You don't have to yell.
That's what you think. Okay, everybody, we will start again. Go ahead, Violet.
Oh, Lord Dudley, you give the most charming parties in the whole of England.
You are too kind, Diana. A pity Sir Percival could not be here.
Do you know, I'm worried about Percival. He's never accepted an invitation not to show up at one of our parties.
Go on.
To one of our parties and then not shown up, at least not without sending word.
But Lady Margaret, he may have had motor problems.
Yes, indeed. I do hope he hasn't had an accident.
No, Violet, it's he hasn't had an accident.
That's what I said.
No, you said he hasn't had an accident, as if somebody else had.
Should we take it from the top?
Oh, damn it.
Come on, Violet.
All right. I do hope he hasn't had an accident. These roads can be treacherous at night.
Begging your pardon, my lord, but should we delay dinner any longer?
No, I think not. We can't wait for Percival forever. Shall we, my dear?
I suppose so. But don't you think someone should call Percival's flat and ascertain the reason for his absence?
Do you know that may be a sound idea? There is something distinctively odd about all of this.
All of what, Billy?
You did it again, Diana.
Did what?
You called me by my name, Billy. I am Stephen Sellers. You are Margaret Lassiter. Is that a problem?
Billy, do you mind?
What? Okay, sorry.
Take it back to Violet's line.
All of what, Stephen?
Line.
This business about Percival and...
Oh, yes, about Percival and the necklace. Wasn't he supposed to bring it tonight, Lady Margaret?
Well, actually, I never spoke with him directly, but there was a message delivered this morning in the post.
What? On St. Swithin's Day?
By Jove, I'd never thought of that. Margaret, are you certain about that message?
Why, come to think of it, no.
You didn't receive a message?
Oh, yes, I did. But now I wonder if it actually were from Percival.
I should like to see that telegram.
No, Billy, you've jumped the lines.
Oh, sorry. Just a moment. Yeah, I've got it. But did it come by post?
I assumed it had.
Assumed? You mean you didn't actually see it?
Why, no.
Then how did you know it's content?
Content, Violet.
Content.
Why, Dr. Forbes had told me what it had said.
And is there any reason I shouldn't have?
No, old chap. If there was no delivery by post, then how?
It was not a letter. It was a telegram.
Now you say that line, the one you jumped before.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I got it. I should very much like to see that cablegram.
Telegram.
Oh, what the hell difference does it make?
None. But if Saul says telegram, you say telegram.
What do you mean, if? I always say telegram.
I don't give a hoot in hell who says what. Can't we get on with this disaster?
If we get through the thing once, then we can start polishing our parts.
And when do we get the real furniture? These metal chairs are painful to work on.
But they help you polish your parts.
There! He's doing it again!
Saul, will you quit with the jokes and buckle down to work?
I was just trying to ease the tension.
Your jokes about Polly are causing the tension.
Okay, no more jokes. But can we get back to the play?
Louise, I thought I could get the job finished while nobody's working.
We're just about ready to start working.
Well, you should have said so. I'm making coffee.
Oh, fine. Okay, let's pick it up at Billy's line.
I would very much like to see that telegram.
As a matter of fact, I don't have it. It was phoned in from the telegraph office.
Doris, has there been any telephone messages this evening?
Oh, see here, you insolent young pup. Are you doubting my word?
Of course he isn't, Rex. Stephen, you should apologize to Dr. Forbes.
Oh, I shall, as soon as Doris answers my question.
Oh, what was that?
Louise dropped the coffee cup tray.
You bumped it out of my
The
hand.
hell I did.
Did anything break?
I don't think so.
She bent one of the spoons.
That was bent.
Okay. Could you hold it down, please? Ladies, okay, people, let's pick it up from where we left off.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
What?
I said,
I know what you said, but I wasn't ready for it.
Okay, take it back to Billy's line, start again.
Okay, I shall, as soon as Doris answers my question.
no, sir.
What? Are you quite sure?
The telephone is Mum.
Wait, Smitty. That is short for madam. It's not saying that the phone was keeping Mum.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Out of order since this afternoon, Mom.
Aha, and what do you say to that, Dr. Forbes?
Saul, that's your cue.
Didn't we skip a page? That line's coming too early.
Aggie?
Wait a minute. Let me find the place. What page are you on?
Oh, I left my script at home. I was so excited when Frank finally got home with the car that I jumped right in and left without thinking about it.
Well, I think Saul's right. We go right from page 3.2 to page 3.4. Who's got a complete script?
I got it. Page 3.3. Saul's right. We skipped a whole bit about the necklace.
How come I don't have that page?
Oh, maybe I miscounted when I was having them Xeroxed off. Does everybody else have it?
Yes.
Okay, then let's go back and do the page that we left out.
How can I follow along without that page?
Aggie, here, use my script. I've got the lines down cold. If I ever get a chance to say them.
Say, while we're stopped, I've got a question.
What?
It's about the play's title. Isn't that a steal from something else? An old Agatha Christie movie, I think it was?
Oh, I don't think Phyllis Montague would steal a title, Billy.
Well, there's no way she could. No one can copyright a title. It's the law. There just aren't enough words to go around to name everything.
Even if that's true, what about the advertising for our show? Won't some people think the show is by Agatha Christie?
So much the better for our box office.
And it is a murder mystery, so no one gets hurt.
Not much of a murder mystery if no one gets hurt.
I thought Sir Percival got bumped off by Dr. Forbes.
Stop it, all of you. did we come here to rehearse a play or discuss the difference between originality and plagiarism?
Jerry's right. Let's get back to work. I'm sorry I interrupted.
Oh, what line do we go back to?
Yeah, where does that necklace come in anyhow?
Oh, I see what happened. Smitty, you came in too early.
I did? I thought I was supposed to come in when Violet said the line about the treacherous roads.
You're almost right. It's when she says the line about lecherous toads.
Oh, gee, I am sorry. But it sounds about the same.
Oh, Phyllis Montague fancies herself a poet.
She is a poet, a rare talent, and a great writer.
Would you say the same thing if she had you playing a mute?
Now see here.
Oh, stop it, all of you. Smitty, listen to me, and this is important. You have to pay attention to more than just the words. Also pay attention to the plot. And that way, if Violet, you can know when to come in, even if Violet gets her line wrong. Don't you see?
I didn't get my line wrong.
We didn't say it at all.
Why, how could I say it when Smitty came in too early?
Do your arguing on your own time.
Coffee's ready.
Finally, I could use a cup.
But we've barely gotten started.
No, actually, I think it's a good idea. Take a break, grab a cup, then we'll take this thing from the top and get it right.
Now you're talking.
But Aggie, don't leave. I need to talk to you. I am really getting concerned about our progress.
What progress?
I know we've never been this far behind on a show before.
It's not your fault, Gerry. We've never had the illustrious author in our hair before, either. If Phyllis didn't keep rewriting that damn show while the cast was trying to learn it...
She promised she wasn't going to make any more changes.
What do you want to bet she shows up here with 7 new pages?
Oh, Aggie, they haven't learned that last batch of rewrites.
Small wonder. The way Polly keeps inviting Phyllis to dinner and getting her part fattened, it's almost as big as she is now.
Don't you start with the fat jokes, Aggie. I'm having enough trouble with Saul.
If Polly had her way, this show would be a one-woman monologue.
Well, at least she is letting us do the play for free.
Naturally, nobody would pay money to do it.
Oh, Aggie, be fair. It's not that bad.
No, I suppose not. But if Polly keeps padding her part...
She won't. I know. I have to put my foot down. Boy, we've got 3 days till dress rehearsal, and we'll be lucky if we learn the parts we've already got.
I don't know about that. Some of the mistakes tonight are better than the original lines. If you would let this cast alone, the show could be a riot.
But Aggie, Murder Most Foul is not a comedy. Why, Phyllis would scream if the audience started laughing at her play. She'd pass right out on the floor.
Well then, you'd better have the smelling salts handy for opening night.
Is there any more left in that pot?
Not if you're lucky.
I heard that, Saul Watson.
Let it be a lesson to you.
I hope we get this act done tonight. 3 days till dress rehearsal, and we haven't even had a full run-through.
Thank your friend Phyllis for that.
You mustn't blame Phyllis, Billy. She's simply a perfectionist.
If she wasn't satisfied with the script, why did she submit it?
Well, if we had selected another show, she'd have had to wait till next year to have it done.
Why can't we do this as our next show?
We have our audiences preconditioned.
Brainwashed is more like it.
Oh, that's putting it rather strongly, Saul.
Well, it's the unvarnished truth, Polly. Without fail, every year we never vary. We do a mystery, a comedy, a drama, a musical, in that order, without fail.
Yes, but why?
Well, we started the theater that way, and it just became a habit for ourselves and our patrons.
Well, what would be the harm if we mixed it up?
It would confuse people. I mean, you'd have the comedy fans going to the drama and laughing at all the tragic moments.
or sob during the mystery.
They may still do that.
Aggie, whose side are you on anyway?
On the side of sanity, which doesn't do me much good around here.
Well, I'm all set. Anyone else ready to give it a go?
Oh, relax, Saul. We're all much too tense tonight. And why do we keep snapping at each other the way that we do? This near the opening, we're usually kidding around and having a marvelous time.
If you want my opinion, we're running scared.
Scared of what?
Well, Smitty, like our author, we're very perfection-oriented. We want the play to be a smash, not a smash up.
Amen.
Oh, we'll get it. No matter how awful a show may look in rehearsal, somehow we always manage to bring it off.
That's with a printed script, Polly. This typewritten stuff is okay, don't get me wrong. It's all the revisions that are killing us.
But Phyllis gave her solemn word.
I don't think she knows any other kind of word. I'll bet she's never giggled in her life.
And she promised the same thing last week, Polly, and then on Monday she showed up with 3 new scenes.
And I wish she would stop changing the identity of the murderer. I don't know whether to radiate menace or try to charm the pants off everybody.
Well, you won't do either, just stand in there. Come on, people, let's get moving.
We'd better. I gotta get home and study for my road test.
Wait, Smitty. Gerry, are we taking it from the top or where?
Not if we want to finish before dawn. Why don't we just take it from Violet's line where Smitty made her entrance too early and do that page we left out, okay?
I don't remember what my line is.
Aggie, throw her a cue.
Okay, just a minute. Let me find the place. Okay, I've got it. Violet, I'll feed you Billy's line, then you start.
Okay.
But Lady Margaret, he might have had motor trouble.
Yes, indeed. I do hope he hasn't. Oh, wait a minute, I'll get it.
Oh, I certainly hope so.
Quiet, Polly. Go ahead, Violet.
I do hope he hasn't had an accident. These roads can be treacherous at night.
Is that where I...
No, that was treacherous. Remember, you wait for lecherous.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay, whose line is it?
It's Polly's.
Oh, let me see.
It's...
No, don't tell me. I'll get it.
I certainly hope so.
Oh, for the love of...
I've got it. Violet, would you?
These roads can be treacherous at night.
Don't say such a thing. It might make one think that perhaps there was some truth after all in that story about the curse.
Nonsense, my dear. There's no such thing as a curse.
And yet everyone who has ever owned the Delhi diamond, Gerry, does it have to be called that? It sounds like it came from a delicatessen.
That's because you're not sounding the H, Billy. It's Delhi, not Delhi.
Well, Polly, that H is silent. It is pronounced Delhi.
Can't we please go on? I have got to study for that road test.
Smitty, actually, I think Billy has a point. It does sound a lot like it belongs right next to the liverwurst. I mean, it reads okay in the play, but it sounds just plain silly.
Okay, so let's call it the Calcutta diamond.
You can't do that. Phyllis Montague told me particularly she chose that name for its lovely alliteration, Delhi Diamond.
Okay, so let's alliterate. Let's call it the Calcutta carbuncle.
What's a carbuncle?
Oh, it's a big stone like a ruby, a garnet cut, cabochon.
Well, it sounds like a big zit.
So do you.
So,
Oh, you shouldn't tamper with Phyllis's dialogue. She won't like it.
well, she'll like it a lot less if the audience starts laughing at her Delhi diamond.
Jerry's right, dear. We should have a different name for it.
Well,
Hey, I've got it. Let's call it the Ranchapur Ruby.
Hey, like that. That has class.
but whatever will we tell Phyllis?
Tell her she rewrote it that way. She's done so many revisions. She'll probably believe it.
Well, let's hope so. Meanwhile, children, can we return to the play?
Okay, where was I?
Hey, Gerry, should I write in that change or not?
Yeah, you might as well, but do it in pencil just in case.
Gotcha. How do you spell ranchiper?
Who cares? Fake it. You're the only person who has to read it. Okay, people, back in position. Billy, pick it up at your line, the one you, right after Lord Dudley scoffs at the curse.
Oh, yeah. And yet, everyone who has ever owned the Ranchiport Ruby has always met with a dreadful demise.
Oh, there. You see? I knew there was a reason for Phyllis's words. It's a double alliteration. Delhi, diamond, dreadful demise.
Who cares?
See here, you can't talk to my wife like that.
Henry, for the first time, I actually agree with Saul. Who gives a damn? Go ahead, Billy.
Right. And yet, everyone who has ever owned the Ranchiport Ruby has always met with a rotten requiem.
Write that down.
Come on, Billy, you sound like an elocution teacher.
So does Phyllis Montague.
Oh, now, really?
It double alliterates, doesn't it?
No, Billy, please, just leave the lines ending as written, okay?
All right. As always met with a dreadful demise.
Oh, that's my line. But Sir Percival doesn't own the diamond, the ruby anymore, not since he sold it to Lord Dudley for Lady Margaret's collection.
But Percival did own it, and that might be enough.
See here, Dr. Forbes, you're a man of science. Surely you don't believe in curses.
I only know there are strange things in the history of India, things which defy rational explanation.
Nonsense, sheer poppycock, superstitious drivel.
Quite possibly, Lord Dudley. And yet, where is Sir Percival?
Frankly, I'm glad he's not here.
Why, Diana, what a thing to say.
I mean it, Sir Percival is no gentleman.
Here now, what are you saying?
When he looks at me, I feel as if his hands are moving all over my body.
But he is a knight of the realm.
He is a disgusting toad, and such toads can be lecherous at night.
Begging your pardon, my lord, but should we delay dinner any longer?
Louise!
Isn't that where the phone bell rings? Oh, wait, I turned 2 pages at once. Sorry about that.
Sorry, she says. If she does that during the performance...
She won't, Polly. Louise, you've got to be more careful.
Look on the bright side. Now we know the phone bell works.
That woman, I couldn't.
No, you couldn't. Louise has a black belt in karate.
And how do you know I haven't?
They only go up to size 44.
Saul!
That does it! I'm through!
Now, honey, you mustn't be hasty about this.
I was only kidding.
You better go.
What was that crack? Oh.
I better go apologize.
You better go apologize.
What do we do now?
You can't work around her. She's got herself in damn near every scene.
Not in that love scene, in Act 2. We could do that.
But it's awfully hard. These metal chairs are just terrible to cuddle on. Can't we wait till we get the real sofa?
When do we get that sofa, Aggie?
We should have had it 2 days ago.
Could you call and find out?
I can try.
Hey, Gerry, you want to take a look at this quarter wall?
Oh, yeah, I'm really still worried about those braces.
You and me both. It's got 6 2x4s on it, and it still flaps like a sail.
Well, I guess I'll just go hit the driving manual.
You've got it here?
Why not? All the time I spend waiting to make my entrance, I could have gotten my CDL license.
Well, Violet, what do you say?
All right. Ready when you are.
On your mark, get set. Oh, Diana, I was seeking Lady Margaret.
Lady Margaret is in the garden cutting roses, Stephen, and she may not return for some time.
I see. Would you mind if I waited for her here?
Naturally not,
Might I sit?
if you are so inclined.
Diana,
Yes, Stephen.
would you take offense if I were to...
Stephen, what are you trying to say?
Oh, dash it all, Diana. Must we play with words? You know the message that longs to cry out from within my heart.
Dare I imagine that the message in your heart is the self-same message that cries out from within my own?
Diana, do you mean, do I dare to dream?
Oh, have a care, sir, have a care, for you know I am betrothed to another man.
And yet you do not draw away.
Stephen, have you not yet reasoned out why?
I'm almost afraid to.
Then cease your noble trepidation, Stephen Sellers, for though I am a highborn lady, I am also...
Oh, Diana.
Oh, Stephen. Oh, Billy.
What's all that noise? Oh, no wonder you want a sofa.
Now, Louise.
I didn't say a thing, not a thing.
Billy, you don't think she suspects?
How could she? I didn't suspect until a moment ago myself.
Oh, darling, neither did I.
Anybody here?
Billy, that sounds like Miss Montague.
Tonight, but she promised not to come back until dress rehearsal.
Did you all hear what I just heard?
It sounded like Phyllis.
Probably with 5 new pages of dialogue for you.
Saul, I just accepted one apology from you. Do you want to have to make another?
I'm sorry, Polly.
Yoo-hoo! How are you all? Phyllis, we weren't expecting you, at least not tonight.
Oh, I know I'm being a naughty girl, Geraldine, but I have so many new and good things to share with you all that I simply couldn't wait until the dress rehearsal.
More changes, Phyllis? We've been in 4 nights.
That's why I decided not to wait until dress rehearsal to stop by. This would be much too much to have to learn in one night.
What makes you think we can do it in 3?
Oh, don't be a tease, Henry. It's really all very simple. I've simply added just one extra character and cut the love scene.
Cut the love scene?
Oh, perhaps I'm putting it too strongly. It's not precisely cut. Just cut out of Act 2 and move back to Act 1.
Well, that's not so bad after all.
Except it's no longer between Diana and Stephen.
Then between who else?
Yeah, the Lord and Lady are already married.
You can't mean the doctor and the maid, can you?
Oh dear, perhaps I didn't make that clear. Diana still plays the scene, but now it's with Sir Percival.
What? Phyllis, how can you do that?
Oh, well, I got to thinking that perhaps a knight of the realm was a better catch for Diana than a mere rich commoner like Stephen, so...
I didn't ask why you did it. I said, how can you do it? We don't have a Sir Percival in the play. Exactly, Phyllis. Everybody refers to him all the time, but he never actually appears on stage.
Besides, it'd be kind of rough on Diana if you make that switch, seeing as how I kill him before I even show up at the house.
You do?
Don't you even remember your own plot, Phyllis?
Yes, but I don't recall a murder. Show me where it says so.
We never actually see it done, but once we find out that Percival has vanished, and then Rex has the famous gemstone Percival was bringing to the party, we figured out who killed him. See?
Murder. Huh. I never thought of it as a murder. I just thought that, well, Rex had picked Percival's pocket and then perhaps drained all the petrol from the tank of his car to keep him from the party. After all, murder is so...
Popular with our patrons, Phyllis.
And we're already advertising it as a murder mystery.
And we do open in 4 nights, Phyllis, for Pete's sake. It's a bit late to audition Percival's.
Oh, but I've written you all the loveliest new lines. Won't you at least have a look at them?
I'm pregnant.
You're what?
I mean, Diana is. But who's the father?
That's on the 3rd sheet.
Lord Dudley!
Henry!
Polly, don't be an idiot.
Oh, yes. But it was a bit of a shock.
This is crazy, Phyllis. How can Dudley be the father when he and Diana just met?
Oh, that's on the 5th sheet.
Amnesia?
Yes, because that explains why he doesn't remember their meeting.
But if she's carrying his child, Diana should remember something.
No, that's explained on page 7. You see, it was a very dark
Phyllis
night.
Montague, this is totally impossible. The entire thrust of the play has changed. Everybody has a brand new motivation for everything they do.
Well, surely, with a little work.
In 4 days?
Couldn't do it in 4 months.
But I've worked so hard.
And we haven't? Phyllis, there's no way we can make these changes at this late date.
But there's such little changes.
Little, what about the ending? If Stephen's going to marry Diana, won't her pregnancy put kind of a crimp in the festivities?
Yeah.
Well, I'm working on that.
Phyllis Montague, more changes? Oh. I can't believe you're doing this now. I can't believe it. Your script should have been finalized. You don't have any idea how hard it is to do a play, any play, let alone one that changes directions every 3 days. Your play should have been finalized 3 weeks ago.
And what's this? Lady Margaret goes into shock at the news of Diana's pregnancy and loses the power of speech?
Say, maybe this new version's not so bad after all.
Saul.
And what about my grandmother?
What about your grandmother?
Well, when I first tried out for the part, my grandmother insisted on looking over the script because she did not want me in a play full of sex. If Diana is pregnant, I'll have to quit the show.
But she's only 2 months pregnant. I mean, it's not going to show.
Yeah.
Grandmother thinks ahead. She's a very old-fashioned prude.
Well, of course, if you'd all rather not do my little play.
Hold it right there, Phyllis. All of us appreciate doing a play for which we do not have to pay royalties. In fact, doing your play will put our play budget in the black for the first time in 6 months. But when the play reading committee agreed to your script, it was on the basis of the original one. That we will do, we promise to do. But all these changes have nothing to do with that agreement.
You're telling me you now feel free to reject my play?
Not the original script. That we will do. Sorry. That we will do. And I'll even allow you all the changes you've made to date. But all this last batch of revisions, it's just too much, Phyllis.
Do you have the authority to speak for the entire committee?
No, but if I tell them that it's either the original version or no version at all, I'll have their unanimous backing.
Well, of course, if you really feel strongly about this matter, dear Geraldine. Holly, how do you feel about it?
It is rather close to opening night, Phyllis, and of course, perhaps.
Remember, she cut all your speeches.
I'm with Gerry.
Me too.
Oh,
You bet.
Absolutely.
Right on.
I agree.
Oh, thanks anyway.
Nice try.
Sorry, Phyllis.
oh, all right. Go ahead and do the original version. But if the play's reviews turn out to be a box office disaster,
And we'll all remember who wrote the original.
Oh!
Oh, dear. Do you think maybe She took it a little bit rough. We treated her a little bit rough.
We were a bit hard on her.
She said once at dinner that she thought of this play as her child.
It's the only offspring she'll ever have.
And when she tried to make the child a little prettier...
Oh, I wish you hadn't put it that way.
Don't be a sap, Gerry. She wasn't trying to make her child prettier. She was giving it an extra head.
I guess you're right. Maybe we should just leave the kid alone, learn to love it as it is.
Now you're talking.
Come on, everyone. You came here to rehearse, so let's rehearse.
I'm giving you to the count of 3. If I don't hear some snappy dialogue, I'm picking up that hammer.
And I'll hold the nails.
Well, I'm going to get another cup of coffee. The rest of you guys pick up your long faces and get back into character.
Should we take it from the top?
Oh, not if we want to get Smitty home before dawn. Why don't we pick it up from Saul's line about the telegraph office, okay?
Okay. As a matter of fact, I don't have it. The message was phoned from the telegraph office.
Doris, has there been any telephone messages this evening?
Oh, see here, you young pup. Are you doubting my... Are you doubting that? Yeah.
Of course he isn't, Rex. Stephen, you should apologize to Dr. Forbes.
Oh, I shall, as soon as Doris answers my question.
No, sir.
What? Are you quite sure?
The telephone has been out of order since this afternoon, Mom.
Aha, and what do you say about that, Dr. Forbes?
Does that answer your question?
Stephen, I believe you owe Dr. Forbes an apology.
You had best answer that, Doris, before we owe the caller an apology, too.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Who? Well, yes, he is. Just a moment. It's for you, sir.
Who is it, Doris?
Sir Percival.
It can't be. I mean...
Yes, doctor. Exactly what do you mean?
Why,
Hello? What? Oh, yes, I see. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Why, Dudley, you look so strange.
Excuse me just a minute.
Did we do something wrong?
No, I just want to see what everybody was doing when the phone actually rang, okay? Could we just take it back a couple lines?
Gerry, it's an awful long way to the end of the act. Do you think we can...
This will only take a moment. Let's just go back to Smitty's line about the phone, okay?
The telephone has been out of order since this afternoon, Mom.
Aha, and what do you say to that, Dr. Forbes?
Louise! Sorry, I forgot to wind the tape back. Hang on, I'll get it.
Aha, and what do you say to that, Dr. Forbes?
Oops, wrong place.
And only 4 more days until opening
I'll
night.
get it! Oops! Damn it! Oh, hell!
Thank you for putting me there. My gosh, you saved me.
And I'm not getting off. I was like, how can I say,
That was
Gerry,
perfect.
do you want...
I say that more than 600 times.
Beat the bar crowd.
Yeah.
Hired the stage crew. You know, it's awful hard to get good help. I have a rebel who's going to be on stage. So please, bear with him.
I'm sorry.
And I'm not supposed to move any of this stuff, and it does not. I'll have to break them.
Who do you want first, Jennifer?
Yeah. He's clever.
Hey guys, I just got a call from my mom. I got to take it. She's 120 years old, and I take every call that I get from her. So, can you guys do this all yourself?
That's fine. There's a bathroom
Here she is.
below.
Hi, Mom. How are you? Good to hear from you.
On stage if you
Yeah, I'm in the middle of a play right now. I should actually be up on stage, but no, I'm feeling like a 73-year-old roadie for AARP goes way off Broadway.
the necklace or the
All Don, the director, kept saying was, you have to be a member of the Screen Actors Guild, SAG, SAG. Huh. Little does Don know that everything I have is SAG, and you know that I'm a good actor, Mom. Remember when I did that Carrot that was in grade school, and you were so happy, but not here. This morning I bumped into Pastor Kinsler, and Pastor Kinsler keeps saying, Paul, you're acting like a child. And that man knows acts for sure. Actually, he's a great director too. When he says stand, people stand. When he says sit, people sit. When he says give, people walk. So here I am up on stage, lifting heavy things in the dark, much like my love life. And now I'm going to pay for it. So, Pastor, do you want a word here? So, I actually know I have a face for the stage crew, and that's what Don kept telling me. Oh, time to go, I'm getting the hint. So, time to put on my happy face.
Louise, how come the front curtain is closed?
It's drafty backstage. It helps keep some of it out.
Well, that's because somebody left the front door open, but I closed it.
How come it's always so drafty getting the backstage of the theaters?
It's designed that way on purpose. The breeze comes in handy if the play smells.
Oh, you wouldn't have a particular play in mind now, would you, Aggie?
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Do we have to wear makeup tonight?
I don't care so much about the men, but I would like to see the women, especially their hairdos.
They have wigs.
I know, I've seen the wigs. I just want to see what the women look like wearing them.
I'll tell them.
Okay.
How do you like the wall?
It looks great from here, but how much room is there to pass backstage behind that thing?
Well, if everyone's careful, they have about 2 inches of clearance on either side. Except for Polly, of course.
How is she ever going to get from the garden to the prop table to pick up those roses she's supposed to bring on stage?
She doesn't have to. I'm going to keep the roses on that side of the stage. I told her it was to simplify things for her. I just didn't tell her what I was simplifying.
Well, that was good thinking. We've got to keep her in a good mood, Aggie. You know, she almost walked out on us again last night, thanks to Saul Watson.
Well, you got to admit, he was pretty funny.
Yes, but his humor cost us a half an hour of rehearsal time. But at least I did get him to promise to say that Lord Dudley was going to have a word with Lady Margaret and not chew the fat with her.
But even if he behaves himself during rehearsal, how do we know what he's going to do when the show's in performance?
Oh, Aggie, I don't even want to think about it. I'm already having nightmares.
I'm surprised you can sleep at all. Tomorrow night, this whole thing is out of your hands. All you can do then is stand in the wings and pray. There isn't even enough room to kneel.
Well, maybe I'll spend opening night in a cozy little bar someplace in another town.
Hey, Gerry, look at this. Looks real, doesn't it?
Wow, it really does. That was really good of Phyllis to lend us that. You know, costume jewelry that nice is really expensive.
Have you figured out yet what we're going to do about that central stone? We still haven't told Phyllis we've nixed her deli diamond. How are we going to pass that thing off as a ruby?
Well, actually, Billy came up with a solution to that last night. From here on out, it's going to be called the White Ruby of Ranchapur.
Is there any such thing as a white ruby?
Well, there is now. And please keep that in a safe place between acts. I don't want to see it misplaced or stolen.
Don't worry. I figured this necklace is our ace in the hole with Phyllis. She'll be too preoccupied worrying about it to pay too much attention to this play.
There's something to that, all right.
I'd sure feel more comfortable if that safe had a back on it. As it is, somebody could tiptoe up behind it and pick the necklace right up.
Well, I can nail one on it, but I'm going to have to take the safe down first. That means repainting the flat.
Why would you have to take it down?
If I start hammering on the back of this thing, everything on the front of the flat's going to fall in the middle of the stage.
I'll tell you what, I'm not doing much except prompting. Once the curtain's open, why don't I just hang on to the thing and hand it to Saul while he reaches into the safe?
Oh, do you mind, Aggie? That would really set my mind at rest.
No trouble at all.
Well, better practice tonight. It's your only time before opening.
Easy as pie. But the practice can't hurt.
You ready for the mob?
If they're in their costume, yes.
If they're not, it's their tough luck. Hey, everybody, on stage. Let's go.
Coming.
Come on, line up right in the front. Line up right in front. I want to see these costumes. See how they all fit. Oh, yeah, they all seem to fit just fine.
I think mine's just a little bit too small for me.
I didn't say a word.
And you'd better not.
Be fair, Polly. It's one thing if he picks on you. But if you're going to blow up every time you think he might.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, Saul. It's rehearsal jitters, I guess.
No problem.
Okay, everybody, turn around slowly. I want to see what you look like from the back. Good. Oh, wait a minute. Violet, why aren't you wearing a bustle like Polly?
I'm not wearing a bustle.
I'm so sorry.
You're sorry.
And Violet, why aren't you wearing that wig?
It's too big. Let me show you. See, I look like a British sheepdog.
Can't you pat it or tuck it or something?
I'll think of something. I just didn't have time right now.
Okay, well, I guess you're going to look just fine. Suppose we find out just how well you can act.
Positions for Act 1?
Might as well start, yes.
You want it with the curtain?
Yeah, everything just like the performance. Please, Louise.
Yoo-hoo! Oh, Gerry, I think you just got your wish.
In spades.
Oh, Geraldine, I have the most dreadful news. We're going to have to change the name of my play.
What? Phyllis, we can't. The programs have already been printed. The publicity has already been mailed out.
But we must. I've just discovered that there's a movie with the same title, Murder Most Foul.
Phyllis, no one in the audience is likely to be confused. They can see this isn't a movie.
Right. And in a movie, nobody forgets their lines.
Don't say things like that. Don't say things like that, Saul. I'm already having problems.
Oh, I do hope you are joking, Marla.
Oh, I forgot your name, Smitty.
No one ever uses it, except my grandmother.
And Phyllis.
Oh, but I think nicknames are so vulgar, Saul, don't you?
I'm the wrong guy to ask about that. Phil.
Phyllis, I'm so glad you actually came here tonight because you can be such a great help to us all.
Really? How?
Well, you can listen to everybody as they do their lines and make sure they're doing them properly.
And where does that leave me?
Oh, I didn't mean the words, actually, Aggie. I meant more the subtle nuances of their interpretation.
Oh, you mean the ones you forgot to tell me to mark down?
Yes.
Shall I sit out there beside you?
No. I take lots of notes during rehearsal, and I might distract you.
Oh, Louise, do we have a chair for our playwright back there?
If you've got a dust rag.
Oh, this is thrilling. Simply thrilling.
Gerry, do you have any other nice little surprises for us? I could use a thrill right now.
Okay, Saul, just don't lose your temper.
What the hell are nuances?
Don't ask. Just grit your teeth and pray you've got them.
I thought you wanted us to go straight through without interruption, with Phyllis back there listening for nuances.
Cheer up. Maybe Louise will drop a sandbag on her.
I'm ready.
Okay, let's get started. Close the curtain and we'll start.
You want it with the music too?
Yes, remember, everything just like the performance.
Everybody, hold your places during the music.
I'm off stage when the curtain rises. I don't have a place.
You're lucky.
Quiet, everybody.
The house lights. Dim the house lights. Okay, just like that on opening night, right after the music stops.
Gotcha.
Lord Dudley, will there be anyone else attending dinner tonight besides Sir Percival, the famous archaeologist, and Dr. Rex Forbes, the famous scientist, and Stephen Sellers, the famous millionaire?
Other than myself and Lady Margaret, my wife, and the lovely socialite Diana Lassiter here, no, Doris.
That's what I thought.
I say, Diana, have you yet located that book on famous jewels of India that I told you must be there on the shelf?
Ah, yes, here it is. Oh, I say, Lord Dudley, you didn't tell me there was a curse on the famous white ruby of Rancipur.
The what?
It's all right, Phyllis, it's all right.
But that's supposed to be the Delhi diamond.
I know, we had to change it.
For what possible reason?
It looks silly next to the liverwurst.
What liverwurst? There's no liverwurst in my play.
And we just want to keep it that way.
I beg your pardon?
Please, Phyllis, you just go off stage and Aggie will explain the change to you, please.
But
Come on, we open tomorrow night, Phyllis.
well, oh, very well, very well.
Go on with the play, people.
From the top?
No,
I've already
right
put the
from where
feather duster away.
Right from where we broke.
Fiddlesticks, a lot of hogwash, damn superstitious rot.
But the book distinctly says that Lord Clyde Fortescue, the first owner of the famous white ruby of Rancipur. Gerry, can I just say ruby?
Yes.
It's hard to say the whole mouthful every time.
Yes, just go on.
Distinctly says that the first owner of the ruby, Lord Clyde Fortescue, was found floating in his tub in his own blood. And the next owner, Sir Giles Renfrew, had no sooner purchased the ruby when he was found in his stable, trampled to death by his favorite horse. And the next owner...
Balderdash, nonsense, a lot of old wives' tales.
But how can it be? They're all dead, aren't they?
Yes, but consider, I bought the ruby this morning and I'm fine.
Look, Dudley, is anything wrong?
No, nothing. Just one of my beastly attacks.
How long have you had them?
Since this morning.
You don't suppose?
Ridiculous, sheer coincidence, merest chance.
Lord Dudley, Dr. Forbes is here.
Ah, it is your fiancée, Diana. It's your fiancée, Diana.
Dumb line.
Yes.
Dumb line.
Oh, yes. Being engaged to the world-famous scientist has made me the envy of all the girls in England.
Ah, but a lovely belle like you deserves to have a ring.
Speaking of dumb lights.
Violet.
That line is supposed to be light-hearted. The merriment provides emotional contrast with the atmosphere of terror.
That's the general atmosphere, all right.
Will you all please?
Yes. You flatter me, Lord Dudley.
Doris, will you show the gentleman in?
At once, my lord.
Lord Dudley. Diana.
I'm sure you young people will want to be left alone. I'll just toddle off to my room and putter
That's the
about.
wrong exit, Henry. That goes to the kitchen and the maid's quarters.
Oh, right. Of course, she's quite a good-looking maid.
Henry!
Only joking, dear.
You mean I'm not good looking?
Well...
Just say your line and go, Henry.
Saul's got a line first.
I do. Yes. Really, Lord Dudley, you needn't go.
Nonsense. I was once in love myself.
Why does he say that in the past tense?
Polly, please.
Oh, sorry.
My dearest darling,
My sweet.
I have a lovely surprise for you. Oh, damn.
Now what's wrong?
Forgot the stupid necklace. Aggie.
Oh! Here. Sorry about that.
Aggie, as stage manager, it's your job to make sure that all our players have their props.
I know. Phyllis was back there talking to me about nuances, and I missed Saul's entrance.
Phyllis, you cannot speak and chat with our players backstage when they've got work to do.
I do apologize, Geraldine. I forgot Agnes had things to do.
My fault for not reminding her. Agnes, ye gods.
Pick up from where we left off.
Good a spot as any.
My darling, a lovely surprise, the white ruby of Ranchapur.
Oh, how incredibly lovely it is. Might I try it on?
Not afraid of the curse.
Well, not very much. May I please?
Oh, certainly you shall. Allow me. That is so lovely, in such a lovely setting.
Rex, what a thing to say.
I can't decide which is lovelier, you or that fabulous gem.
Oh, I really must see myself in it. Let me go find a mirror.
Diana, that necklace. How dare you? Take it off at once.
Lady Margaret, I was only...
Take it off, I say, this instant.
But surely, Lady Margaret, there's been no harm done.
No harm, you say. How could you endanger the life of this dear girl and your own fiancé?
Oh, I don't believe in that silly curse, Lady Margaret. After all, it is the 20th century. Oh.
Diana, you all right?
Yes, it was only momentary. I think so. The room started to spin, and my head started to spin, but...
I shall place this where it can do no more harm.
But really, Lady Margaret, aren't you being silly?
Oh, perhaps I am, but it is better to be safe than sorry.
Shouldn't you at least wait until Lord Dudley has seen his newest possession?
He shall see it in good time, when I am brave enough to wear it. And do not forget, he purchased it for me, so it is in actuality mine to deal with as I choose. Oh dear, I pushed it too far.
Do you mean to say there's no back on that thing?
My fault. I forgot I was supposed to be back there to grab the damn thing.
Aggie, I hope you're making notes of all these things.
Sure. I just keep forgetting to read them.
Oh, heaven.
Oh, we'll never be ready by tomorrow night. Never. We've been here almost an hour already, and we're not even halfway through the first act.
And we've only had 2 rehearsals of the third, and that's the most important act in this show.
Aggie's right. That's the act that we're all panicky about.
Why don't we do that act right now? It's hard to do anything that comes before it with that act hanging over our heads. If we had more confidence about it, then maybe we...
Okay. Anything to get this show buckled down. We'll do the third act, get up your confidence, and then we'll run all three just as fast as we can. Okay.
How long is that gonna take? My grandmother doesn't like me out late on traffic school night. I just barely passed that test.
The sooner we start, the sooner we'll finish. Okay, everybody, top of Act 3, places.
Do you want it with the curtain?
No, wait till we're running the entire show, okay?
Okay, but give me a second. Let me find my place on the tape.
Well, you don't have anything till those phone bells. You find your place, we'll run the act, okay?
Well, I'll try my best.
Okay, places, everyone, top of Act 3.
Oh, I've got it!
Phyllis, you cannot interrupt rehearsal this way.
But I've solved the problem of the liverwurst.
Oh, damn it, that's already been solved.
There's no need to use profanity, Saul.
Oh, that's what you think.
Please hear me out. I was so concerned with the loss of my lovely double alliteration.
Okay, give us the solution, make it quick.
We don't have to say Delhi diamond. We call it the Darjeeling diamond. Do you see? It's still named after a town in India, but now...
Okay, we got your solution. Thank you very much. Now, would you get off stage? And I don't want to see or hear from you again till the end of the act, okay?
You don't have to get huffy about it.
Well, does everybody have the name of that stupid gem?
Darjeeling diamond.
Okay, top of Act 3, and this time, no stopping.
What do you want to bet?
Please, Louise.
I just saw it as an opportunity to pick up a little extra cash.
Okay. Places, everyone. And the next person who interrupts dies. And I don't mean gets yelled at, and I don't mean gets cursed out, I mean dies.
On your marks, get set, go.
Oh, Lord Dudley, there's no charming parties in the whole of England.
You too kind, Anna. Pity Sir Percival could not be here.
Do you know I'm worried about Percival? He's never accepted an invitation to one of our parties and then not shown up.
Oh, but Lady Margaret, he might have in motor trouble.
Yes, indeed, I do hope he hasn't had an accident. These roads can be treacherous at night.
Damn it all to hell.
I'm sorry, this is all my fault. Here I'm supposed to be creating a pleasant atmosphere for you to work in, not striking terror into your hearts. Pick it up from where you left off, but slow it down, okay?
Does that mean you're not going to kill Polly?
But don't you get feeling too secure there, Saul, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead, Polly. These roads can be treacherous at night.
My mind's gone blank. I can't think.
Don't say such a thing. It would make one think.
Oh, yes, of course. Don't say such a thing. It would make one think that perhaps there was some truth after all in that story about the curse.
Nonsense, my dear. There's no such thing as a curse.
And yet, everyone who has ever owned the Darjeeling ruby, I'll get it. The Darjeeling diamond has always met with the dreadful demise.
Beautiful, just beautiful. Yes! Sorry.
But Sir Percival doesn't own the diamond, the ruby, the diamond anymore. Not since he sold it to Lord Dudley for Lady Margaret's connection. Confection? Collection.
But Percival did own it. That might be enough.
See here, Dr. Forbes.
Stop. You guys, everybody stop for a minute. Now take a deep breath. Okay, now just relax and go ahead and enjoy yourselves, okay? Go ahead.
You are a man of science. Surely you don't believe in curses.
I only know there are strange things in the history of India, things which defy rational explanation.
Nonsense. Sheer poppycock. 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 Superstitious drivel.
Quite oh, damn it. Damn it.
Stop. You're all still too tense. Come on. Slow and easy does it, okay?
Quite possibly, Lord Dudley. And yet, where is Sir Percival?
Frankly, I'm glad he's not here.
Why, Diana, what a thing to say.
I mean it, Sir Percival is no gentleman.
Here now, what are you saying?
When he looks at me, I feel as if his pants are moving all over my body. What's the matter?
It's his hands, Violet, his hands.
Isn't that what I said?
You said pants.
Oh!
Okay, guys, fun is fun, but we would like Smitty to get home before dawn. Come on.
I'm sorry. His hands were moving all over my body.
But he is a knight of the...
Okay, laugh it up, and we'll find out just how funny you think this is tomorrow night.
A knight of the realm.
He is a disgusting toad, and such toads can be lecherous at night.
Begging your pardon, my lord.
It's okay, it's okay. Take it easy. You'll be all right.
But should we delay dinner any longer?
No, I think not. We can't wait for Percival forever. Shall we, my dear?
I suppose so. But don't you think someone should call Percival's flat and ascertain the reason for his absence?
Do you know, that might be a sound idea. There's something distinctively odd about all of this.
All of what, Stephen?
The business about Percival and the necklace. He did say he was bringing it tonight, Lady Margaret.
Well, actually,
Now what's wrong?
Well, I just thought. Saul brings the necklace in the first act, and I put it in the safe. So how can I say...
Oh, dear, oh, dear. I forgot to give you the new line. When I rewrote the first act a few weeks back, I completely forgot about that line in this act.
Well, this is a hell of a time to think about it. What is the new line?
I don't have the rewrite with me.
Well, approximately then. We don't have time to mess around with words. Just give us the gist and we'll improvise.
Polly's line is basically the same, only she says something about Billy not being here when Saul brought the necklace instead of Percival. Do you see?
Think you can handle that, Polly?
I think so. Let me try.
Okay, well, I need another cup of coffee. Is there any more coffee back there, Louise?
For want of a better name.
Well, we'll have to do. Come on, Philip. For the rest of you guys, get back to work.
Thinking of your line again, Billy?
What the hell is it? Oh, yeah. He did say he was bringing it tonight, Lady Margaret.
Well, actually, I never spoke with him directly, but there was a message delivered this morning in the post saying that he had asked Dr. Forbes to bring it for him.
What? On St. Swithin's Day?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That makes it sound like it's illegal to ask somebody to deliver something for you on St. Swithin's Day. Polly, that part about the post has to come last.
Oh, let me try it again. Sorry. But Dr. Forbes told me that Percival had asked him to deliver it in a message delivered this morning in the post.
Much better. Good, good. Go ahead, Smitty. I'm sorry.
What? On St. Swithin's Day?
Now what?
I'm sorry. It's just the way it sounded like she couldn't start on St. Swithin's Day.
I don't give a good damn what it sounded like. If you children would rather play games than learning this play...
I'm sorry, Gerry. Go ahead, Smitty. I'm sorry.
St. Swithin's Day?
By Jove, I never thought of that. Margaret, shall we?
No.
No?
That message, yes, I did receive it, yes.
But did it come by post?
I assumed it had, but...
Assumed? You mean you didn't actually see it?
Well, why, no.
Then how did you know its content?
Oh, why, Dr. Forbes told me what it had said.
And is there any reason why I shouldn't?
No, of course not, old chap. But if it didn't come by post today, how did it?
It was not a letter. It was a telegram.
I should very much like to see that telegram.
Well, as a matter of fact, I don't have it. The message was phoned from the telegraph center.
Doris, have there been any telephone messages this evening?
Now see here, you insolent young pup. Are you doubting my word?
Of course he isn't, Rex. Stephen, you should apologize to Dr. Forbes.
Oh, I shall, as soon as Doris answers my question.
No, sir.
What? Are you quite sure?
The telephone has been out of order this afternoon, Mum.
And what do you say to that, Dr. Forbes?
Damn it all to hell, Phyllis, what have you done?
What have I done? What are you talking about? Did I get the phone bell out of order on the tape?
What were you doing with the tape?
Why, I just thought I'd give a listen to the sound effects and...
And you erased the whole thing. There is nothing on it. Nothing.
Oh, are you sure, Louise?
Listen for yourself.
Oh, no.
Oh, I don't hear a thing. That's what I mean.
I'm so sorry.
Erase the whole thing. Just keep her hands to herself once in a while.
Louise, you're not leaving.
I can't do a damn thing for you here. I've got to get home and re-record every one of those sound effects for opening tomorrow night. And if that bubble-brained idiot so much as looks at my machine, I'm going to bash her over the head with it.
I'm so sorry.
Listen, Louise, I've been thinking maybe it would be better to have a phone hooked up to a switch backstage. You know, there's so many phone calls in this play. Wouldn't it be easier to ring it manually?
Well, yes, and it would save me a whole lot of time not having to put all those ringtones on a new tape tonight.
I can do the hookup. The end of the wire is already backstage, and there's a storage battery back there too for power.
Okay, but can you make sure you keep it near the tape recorder? I don't want to have to leave the soundboard to ring it.
Of course.
And the rest of you, when you use the phone in the play, make certain you hang it up properly. If the earpiece does not depress both buttons, it will not ring. Got it?
Yeah.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got a hell of a lot of work to get done. Believe her, she'd just keep her hands to herself. I wouldn't have all these
I'm so dreadfully sorry. I feel I owe each and every one of you an apology for what I've done, and
Why
I'm
don't
so
you just
sorry.
write it down and mail it to them?
Preferably on St. Swithin's Day.
How's that for fast work?
Wow, that's beautiful. Aggie, just beautiful. You deserve a cup of coffee for that.
I'll settle for that stuff Louise brews.
Shall we go on or what?
Go on or else.
They need their cue.
Does that answer your question?
Stephen, I believe you owe Dr. Forbes an apology.
Aggie?
Oh, sorry. I was drinking my swill.
You had best answer that, Doris, before we owe the caller an apology, too.
Yes, sir. Hello. Why, yes, he is. Just a moment. It's for you, sir.
Who is it, Doris?
Sir Percival.
It can't be. I mean...
Yes, Doctor. Exactly what do you mean?
Well,
Hello? What? Ah, yes, I see. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Why, Dudley, you look so strange. What did Percival say?
That was not Sir Percival.
Then who was
What the hell?
Oh, sorry. I put my coffee cup down on the phone button.
Heaven help us all. Go on, people, go on.
That was not Sir Percival.
Then who was it?
That was Miles Taylor, a good friend of mine.
Stephen, I do not understand.
Nor I.
Very simple. I asked Miles to ring up and say he was Sir Percival so that I could observe the effect it would have upon Dr. Forbes. I think you will all agree that he was struck dumbfounded.
Nonsense.
It is not nonsense, sir. I myself saw the same reaction.
But what does it mean?
Yes, what does it all mean?
What can it possibly mean?
Doris, you're forgetting your place.
Sorry, my lord.
I can explain what it means. It means this man, after murdering Sir Percival...
Hey, how dare you, sir? Are you in court for this? Such accusations are actionable.
I cannot be sued successfully for libel if my accusations prove true.
And how do you intend to prove that they're true?
Quite easily. After a look at the necklace, would you mind getting it, Dr. Forbes?
The necklace? There's no proof on the necklace. I'll show you. Aggie.
Oh, golly! I forgot! I swear I won't forget tomorrow night. I swear I won't. Things have just been kind of crazy with Phyllis here.
But you can't cross where the audience can see you tomorrow night.
I know. I was just in a hurry.
Oh, heaven help us all.
Pick it up from my line?
Yeah, from anywhere.
I'll show you. Aggie, can't you stand a little closer?
Sorry, Saul.
There. Now show me your ridiculous proof.
You yourself have shown the proof, Dr. Forbes. For if you were not the murderer, how did you know the combination to that safe?
Great heavens, he's right.
Blast you, Stephen Sellers. But there's one thing you did not count on. I am armed.
You, sir, are a scoundrel.
And I should very much like to sunder our engagement this moment.
In that case, will you marry me, Diana?
With all of my heart, Stephen.
Doris, telephone at once for the constabulary.
No, do so and you're dead, my dear.
Oh, Mom, what should I do?
Raise your hands, and all the rest of you do the same. Aggie, phone's supposed to ring there.
Oh, I clean forgot. This is going to be hell tomorrow night. Dashing to the safe with the necklace, then dashing back to ring the phone. Not to mention following in the script so I can cue people.
Well, I can pass the necklace to him tomorrow night if you'd like. I'd feel much safer with it in my possession anyhow.
But won't she be seated out front?
I can come up for that part. Oh, I'll have to be backstage anyhow so I can come out for my bow.
Oh, I don't know, Phyllis.
We'll hash that out later. Right now, let's just get on with this damn thing.
Okay. And all the rest of you do the same. Blast and damn. Who's that?
That's my friend Miles Taylor. I told him to ring us up, to ring us back shortly after the first call. If I do not answer, he will summon the law, and they shall arrive here with a warrant for your arrest, Stanley Grimes.
Stanley Grimes? Do you mean that criminal laboratory assistant to Dr. Forbes?
The late Dr. Forbes, if my guess is right. You are done with your fiendish felonies, Grimes. Put down that pistol and surrender.
Never. I may go to the gallows, but no one in this room will live to see it.
Please, my lord, might I leave the room?
Stand where you are. Before I destroy you all, there's one thing I must know. How did you come to suspect me, Sellers?
I arrived here late, as you know. As a result, I had time to hear the news broadcast which told of the finding of Sir Percival's body, dead of a rare Indian cobra poison. You, of course, had already disconnected the telephone here at the switch box, so no one else would hear the news. But then I accidentally knocked over your overcoat as I was hanging up my own, and found a flagon of that very poison in your pocket. Why, then I knew, of course. I immediately reconnected the telephone rang up Miles, and set up our plan.
Excuse me, my dearest darling, but what did you know when you found this foul fiend's flag?
Why, how this man had schemed to keep alive the legend of the curse. He had immersed the necklace in the cobra venom so that all who handled it would shortly become ill. He thought in that way to devalue it, make Lady Margaret loathe the sight of it, and then, of course, he would have it for considerably less than the real value. So anxious would she be to sell the bauble.
And I would have been too. Oh, curse you, Stanley Grimes.
Curses. There's no such thing as curses. And I've soaked my hands in an antitoxin to prevent penetration of that potent poison, too.
Roar, roar.
What the hell is that?
Aha, your delaying tactics have done their work. The law is upon you, Stanley Grimes. Surrender.
Never. I shall take this necklace, sell it for a fortune, and move wealthily to another country.
It's the curse of the, oh, damn it.
The Darjeeling diamond, dear.
Oh, thank you, Henry. The curse of the Darjeeling diamond.
He's dead.
Yes. He mocked the laws of society, and now a higher power has intervened.
Oh, Stephen, hold me.
Curtain. Gerry, shall I close it?
Hell no, you've had your third act. It's already 10:30, look.
We just stand back here and just go.
Okay, gang, this is it. Any minute now they're going to be opening those front doors and letting our audience in.
Do they have to? I'm not kidding. I'm really getting scared.
Actually, that's good, Smitty. You know, the worst way you can approach a performance is with complacency. Nervousness actually gives a player energy.
Well, nervousness is giving this player creeping paralysis. Aggie may have to push me on stage.
And don't think I won't. I used to be a sergeant in the paratroops. Everybody jumped, whether they wanted to or not.
It's not our regular audience that I'm nervous about. If we really goof up, they'll probably never know it. What I'm really getting cold sweat about is the thought of looking out front and seeing Gerry there. She'll catch every error.
Well, then you can relax, because I'm not going to be out there tonight. Tonight I'm going to spend backstage and help Aggie push.
How come? Don't you want to see the show? Oh, not that I blame you.
Maybe tomorrow, but not tonight. If I sit out there tonight, Phyllis is going to want to sit right next to me. And I don't think I could handle that.
That reminds me, she still insists on being behind the safe to hand Saul that necklace. It saves me busting my behind, galloping from the safe back to help Louise at the soundboard. But I'm afraid she's going to get so wrapped up listening to her play, she's going to forget.
Well, if she does, this play is going to end with a real murder.
Well, it took me till damn near 3 o'clock in the morning, but I did it. We've got all of our sounds in order, ready for our play.
I hope you skipped the phone bells.
Don't worry, but I did add thunder and lightning effects.
What? There's no thunderstorm in this play.
Who ever heard of a murder mystery without thunder and lightning effects?
Are you crazy? Louise, there's no spot to have it.
Want to bet?
I have read this play 100 times or more. And I know there's no spot for a thunderstorm. All you'll do is distract our players.
Believe me, Gerry, there's the perfect place for a thunderstorm, and it will not distract any of our players.
But where?
That That's for me to decide. Oh, come on, guys. When did I ever let you down?
I just don't see how you can.
Make it easy on yourself, Gerry. Just bet me $1.
Take it.
Yeah, do it.
Take it.
You're on.
I love a good sucker bet.
This is what I hate about stages. There is no place to hide.
Hello, hello, hello. The magical moment is upon us at last.
And our audience will be too if we don't get these curtains closed.
Will do.
I just wanted to wish you all the best of luck.
Oh, you know, in show business, that's bad luck to do. You're supposed to say, break a leg.
I'll never understand the theater.
That's a fine thing for our playwright to say.
Okay, people, the audience is coming in now. You want to join me in a prayer?
I'll say.
Yeah.
We could sure use a miracle.
Okay. Saint Genesius, pray for us.
Saint Genesius, pray for us.
Okay, everybody in positions. I'm going off stage.
Saul, who is Saint Genesius?
Saint Genesius is the patron saint of actors. He performed for the Roman emperor, and they had him put to death.
Oh boy, I hope there are no emperors out front tonight.
Amen.
Lord Dudley, will there be anyone attending dinner tonight besides Sir Percival, the famous archaeologist, and Dr. Rex Forbes, the famous scientist, and Stephen Sellas, the famous millionaire?
Other than myself and Lady Margaret, my wife, and the lovely socialite Diana Lassiter here, no, Doris.
That's what I thought. Well,
I say, Diana, have you yet located that book of famous jewels of India that I told you must be there on the shelf?
Ah, yes, here it is. Oh, I say, Lord Dudley, you didn't tell me that there was a curse on the famous Ranciper Delhi. I mean Darjeeling ruby diamond.
It is known by many names, my dear.
It is? It certainly is. Lots of them.
Fiddlesticks, a lot of hogwash, that curse, damn superstitious rot. But doesn't the book distinctly say?
The book distinctly says that Lord Clyde Fortescue, the first owner of the Darjeeling diamond, was found floating in his tub. I don't mean the diamond was found floating in the tub.
No, of course not. But what was, eh?
He was, in his own blood.
Balderdash, nonsense. A lot of old wives' tales. Doesn't in the next owner?
Oh, yes, and the next owner, Sir Giles Renfrew, had no sooner purchased the diamond when he was found floating in a stable next to his favorite horse.
No.
I mean, trampled.
Oh.
And the next owner.
Balderdash, nonsense. A lot of old wives' tales.
But they're all dead, aren't they? The owners, not the old wives.
Yes, but consider, I bought the ruby this morning and I'm fine. The diamond.
Lord Dudley, is anything wrong?
Everything.
No, just one of my beastly attacks.
You don't suppose?
Don't you want to know how long I've been having them?
Oh, yes. How long have you had them?
Since this morning.
That long, huh?
Do you suppose that I suppose?
You don't suppose?
Ridiculous. Sheer coincidence. Merest chance.
Dr. Dude is here, Lord Formerly.
Ah, it is your fiancée, Diana. Your fiancé, Diana.
Yes, being engaged to the world-famous scientist has made me the envy of all the girls in London. England. London, England.
A lovely belle like you deserves to be rung, to have a ring.
You flatter me, Lord Dudley.
Doris, will you show the gentleman in?
At once, my lord.
Saul.
Oh, coming. Ah, Lord Dudley. Diana.
I'm sure you young people will want to be left alone. I'll just toddle off to my room and putter about.
the wrong way.
You must be going to use the outside stairway.
Yes, that must be it. Well,
Really, Lord Dudley, you needn't go.
Nonsense. I was once in love myself. Damn it!
Oh!
My dearest darling,
my sweet.
I have a lovely surprise for you.
Oh, I like surprises.
Oh,
I kind of thought you did.
Oh, I can't wait to find out what it is.
Oh, it's worth waiting for.
I'm so excited.
I knew you would be.
Can't find it, huh?
Maybe I left it in my coat. Be right back. The necklace. Where the hell's the necklace?
Phyllis has it. I forgot to get it from her.
here it is.
Just give it to me.
I'm terribly sorry. My evening bag!
Ooh, wrong surprise. I hope you're satisfied. Now they think Dr. Forbes is a sissy.
I'm terribly sorry.
Surprise. The white ruby of Ranchapur, or whatever it is.
Oh, how incredibly lovely it is. Might I try it on?
I'm not afraid of the curse.
Well, not very much. May I please?
Certainly you shall. Allow me. Oh, how lovely. In such a lovely setting.
Oh, Wilkes, what a thing to say!
I can't decide which is lovelier, you or that fabulous gem.
I really must see myself in it. Let me go find a mirror.
Diana, that necklace. Where is it?
In here.
How dare you? Take it out at once, off at once.
I'll get it.
Well, hurry it up.
Oh, no.
But Lady Margaret, I was only...
Take it off, I say, this instant.
Oh, but Lady Margaret, surely no harm's been done.
No harm, you say. How could you dig to the left of the stair on your fiancé?
Oh, I don't believe in that silly curse, Lady Margaret. After all, it is the 20th century.
Diana, are you all right?
It was just momentary.
Places for Act 2, everybody.
Oh, Diana, I was seeking Lady Margaret.
Lady Margaret is in the garden, Stephen, cutting roses, and she may not return for some time.
Do you mind if I wait for her here?
Naturally not,
Might I sit?
if you are so inclined.
Oh.
Diana,
Stephen, yes, Stephen.
would you take offense if I were to...
Stephen, what are you trying to say?
Oh, dash it all, Diana. Must we play words at the... You know the message that longs to cry out from within my heart.
Dare I imagine that the message in your heart is the self-same message that cries out from within my own? Your fly is open.
Oh.
And yet you do not draw away.
Oh, Stephen. reason, Delt? Why?
I'm almost afraid to.
Then cease your noble trepidation, Stephen Sellers, for though I'm a high-born lady, I'm also a woman.
Oh, Diana.
Oh, Stephen.
Diana.
Oh,
Stephen. Places for Act 3, everybody.
Oh, Aggie, maybe I should have gone to that bar after all.
Well, if you change your mind, I'll join you. Paratroops was never like this.
You know the difference between a play and a parachute?
What, Louise?
When a parachute opens, you have nothing to worry about.
Oh. Okay, open the damn curtain.
Oh, Lord Dudley, you give the most charming parties in the whole of England.
You're too kind, Diana. Pity Sir Percival could not be here.
Do you know, I'm worried about Percival. He's never accepted an invitation to one of our parties and then not shown up. At least not without sending word.
But Lady Margaret, he may have water trouble.
Yes, indeed. I do hope he hasn't had an accident. These roads can be treacherous at night. These roads.
Don't say such a thing. It might make one think that perhaps there was some truth after all in that story about the curse.
Nonsense, my dear. There's no such thing as a king as a thirst. Thing as a curse.
And yet, everyone who's ever owned the Darjeeling diamond has always had a dreadful demise.
Oh.
But Sir Percival doesn't own the diamond anymore, not since he sold it to Lord Dudley for Lady Margaret's collection.
Nevertheless...
Has Saul been taking a nip between acts?
Wouldn't you?
Percival did own it. That might be enough.
See here, Dr. Forbes, you're a man of science and you don't believe in crutches.
Oh, no.
Louise, has Billy?
Saul hates to drink alone.
Oh, heaven help us.
I only know there are strange things in the history of India. Things which defy rational explanation.
Nonsense. Sheer cocky cock. Superstitious dribble.
Oh.
Quite possibly, maybe, Lord Dudley. And yet...
And yet?
Where is Sir Percival?
Frankly, I'm glad he's not here.
Why, Diana, what a thing to say.
I mean it. Sir Percival is no gentleman.
Here now, what are you saying?
When he looks at me, I feel as if my hands are running all over his body.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh.
But here's a note of them. Here's a note.
He is a disgusting toad, and such toads can be lecherous at night.
Yes, indeedy.
I'll say.
Begging your pardon, my lord, but should we delay dinner any longer?
No, I think not. We can't wait for Percival forever. Shall we, my dear?
I suppose so. But don't you think someone should call Percival's flat and ascertain the reason for his absence?
Do you know, that might be a sound idea. There is something distinctly odd about this.
All of what, Stephen?
This business about Percival and the necklace. The necklace. He's supposed to bring it tonight, isn't he, Lady Margaret?
Well, actually, I never spoke with him directly. But there was a message delivered this morning on the post.
Oh.
In the post.
No.
No, on the post. The mailman brought it.
What? On Swithin's Day? Saint Swithin's Day.
By Jove, I never thought of that. Margaret, are you certain about that, mailman? Or whatever it was you said.
Why, come to think of it, no.
You didn't receive a mailman?
Message.
That too.
Oh, yes, I did. But now I wonder if it actually were from Percival.
But did it come on a post?
I assumed it had, but...
Assumed? You mean you didn't actually see it? Him? The message or the mailman?
Whatever it was, no.
Then how did you know its content?
Oh, why, Dr. Forrest told me what it had said.
Yes, indeedy.
Is there any reason why you shouldn't have?
Is there any reason why I shouldn't have?
No, of course not, old chap. Only...
Then why did you interrupt?
Only if there was no delivery of the post today, then how?
It was not a letter. It was a telephone.
Oh,
No. Cable car.
oh.
Telegram.
I'd very much like to see that telegram.
Okay. Hey, I don't have it.
George.
As a matter of fact, though, it was phoned from the telegraph office.
Doris, have there been any telephone messages this evening?
Oh, see here, you innocent young punk. Are you doubting my word?
Of course he isn't, Rex. Of course he isn't, Rex.
Stephen.
Of course he isn't, Stephen.
Should I apologize to Dr. Forbes?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Oh, I shall, as soon as
I'm Doris.
Doris answers my question.
What was the question?
Well, someone must remember.
Damned if I do.
Neither do I.
Doesn't anyone know?
No, sir.
No what?
That's the answer to the question.
What? Are you quite sure?
The telephone is Mum.
Aha, and what do you say about that, Dr. Forbes?
I observed the self-same reaction, I think.
Damn it!
Does that answer your question?
Stephen, I believe you owe Dr. Forbes an apology.
You had best answer that, Doris.
Before we owe the caller an apology too?
Yes, damn it, yes.
Yes, sir, you bet.
Oh.
Hello? Oh, well, yes, he is. Just a moment. It's for you. Sir.
Hello, what? Who is it, Doris?
Sir Percival.
Ah, yes. Yes, I see. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
It can't be. I mean...
Yes.
You mean it can't be Sir Percival, right?
Yes, doctor. Exactly what do you mean?
Why,
I'm off the phone, Polly. I'm off the phone, Margaret.
Off the... Oh! Why, Dudley, you look so strange. What did Percival say?
That was not Sir Percival.
Then who was it?
That was a good friend of mine. Can't remember his name.
Miles Taylor.
Oh, right.
Stephen, I do not understand.
I can explain what it means. It means that this man, after murdering Sir Percival for the necklace, did I say he was struck dumbfounded?
I myself observed the self-same reaction, I think.
What can that possibly mean?
Doris, you're forgetting your place.
She's not the only one.
Where the hell are they?
Search me.
Doris, you're forgetting your place.
How dare you, sir? I'll have you in court for this. Such accusations are actionable.
I cannot be sued for libel. My accusations are true.
Oh my goodness.
And how do you intend to prove that they're true?
Quite easily. Look, after you look at that necklace, would you mind getting it, Dr. Forbes?
The necklace? There's no proof on that necklace. I'll show you. Must be in here somewhere. Lady Margaret, is this where you placed it?
Like where else?
Okay.
Why don't you have another look?
Okay. Now show me your ridiculous proof.
You yourself have shown the proof, Dr. Forbes. For if you were not the murderer, how could you know the combination to that safe?
Great heavens, he's right!
Huh. Blast you, Stephen Sellers. But there's one thing you did not count on. I'm armed.
You, sir, are a scoundrel.
And I should very much like to center our engagement at this moment.
In that case, would you marry me, Diana?
Oh, Billy!
Oh, I'm Diana.
Oh, darn! With all of my heart, Stephen.
Doris, telephone at once for the constabulary.
Do so when you're dead, my dear.
Oh, Mom, what should I do?
Raise your hands. And all the rest of you do likewise.
Did he say, and the rest of you do likewise?
Hang up the phone. Hang up the phone.
Hang
up the phone.
Damn and blast. Who's that?
That's my friend Miles Taylor. I told him to ring us up shortly after the first call. If I do not answer, he shall summon the law, and they shall arrive here with a warrant for your arrest, Stanley Grimes.
Stanley Grimes?
Never.
So put down that pistol and surrender.
Never. I shall take this necklace, sell it for a fortune, and move wealthily to another country.
Curse you, Stanley Grimes!
Ooh. Oh.
It's the curse of the Delhi diamond.
The ransom of her diamond.
Darjeeling diamond.
All of them.
What the hell was that?
Author! Author!